If you want to hear where your taxpayers' dollars went as a result of Justin Trudeau's government, stay tuned. But before then, please donate, because if you don't donate, we wouldn't be on the air and you wouldn't hear where all these things go. Jay Goldberg is with the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. And before I get to you on this, there's a lot of controversy in the States. Trump has said, US aid, we're going to get rid of you. And you look at the things that US aid did, a lot of good things, but then they did stuff like, paying for sex changes for teenagers in Ecuador and all kinds of crazy stuff. $1 million to the lab in Wuhan. Americans are saying, this stuff has to stop. And Canadians are looking and saying, well, that's in the States. But you have,
yes.
The Taxpayers Federation says it's not just in the States where bureaucrats are crazy.
No, it's here too. We've had global affairs. We've heard, I'm sure many people have heard of the Mission Cultural Fund, which is responsible for a lot of ridiculous spending abroad. And I'll give you some examples. $20,000 to study gender politics in Peruvian rock music. We spent $17,000.
$20,000 gender in Peruvian?
Gender politics in Peruvian rock music.
So is there a study that comes out of that we distribute to our high schools?
Well, there's a study that's done. I don't know where it goes. $50,000 playing for pleasure, the effective experience of sexual and erotic games. This is for video games, to study sexuality in video games, $50,000. My Paw in Yours, Dead Pets and Transcendence of Species. We paid for that, a study for how you can get in touch with your dead pets. So that was about $17,500. The list goes on.
And it all adds up to millions and millions. So someone who is in Carrabber, Saskatchewan, and they don't have health care, but they pay taxes, are saying, well, if the money didn't go to some of these ridiculous things, we may have some health care.
Well, it adds up. The amount of money that Global Affairs Canada is spending around the world. And look, there's some good things that are done. No one's going to dispute that.
Foreign aid is necessary and it's a good thing to do.
But there are so many examples of absolutely wasteful spending that we have to go after, because you know what? Otherwise, people become cynical and they just think that we've got to cut
Oh, no, wait. Let me just interrupt you there. People become cynical? You're not cynical. I'm not cynical.
No.
but really, why isn't this an issue in elections when opposition said, this is stupid government?
Well, I know in debates that we had the famous example of Stockwell Day cheating and holding up his sign during the election, but I think maybe Pierre Poilievre should read off a list of some of the things that Global Affairs and the Mission Cultural Fund's been spending over the years.
Well, the Taxpayers Federation, though, has been sending this out, and it doesn't get printed too often in the mainstream news.
Well, they're getting money from the government too, and that's also money that should be on the chopping block, because that is taxpayer money funding news. Not yours, of course, but other news, mainstream media, and that's got to go.
Jay Goldberg, I agree with you. Thank you for coming on, as always. Smart. 3 minutes. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago, we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act, once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.